I am in Sydney, Australia, and today we are going to be checking out Black Star Pastry, home to the world's most Instagrammed cake. So we're just coming up to the bakery now. Black Star Pastry is famous for its delectable cakes, with flavours including a dragon fruit cake and a Japanese-inspired black forest cake. Awesome, thank you. So we've got the cake now, we are on the way home. The packaging looks amazing, the cake looks amazing, so let's go try it out.
8 hours later.
So it's been a few hours now, it's past midnight here in Australia. But
Sorry. Let's try again. Let's make your face.
This is my sister-in-law Afifa, who I've been staying with in Australia.
Hi.
And she's going to be reviewing this cake with me today, so let's do this. So first, let's take a closer look at the cake. Okay, so I absolutely love the way that this cake looks. It's like totally down my alley. Super kind of pretty and dainty. It's totally my thing.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It smells delicious.
It's got this like rose kind of smell coming from it, eh?
Yeah, you can see the watermelon.
Yeah, totally. So the thing with this cake is that it's got this literally like a piece of watermelon right in the middle of the cake. I'll let Afifa open it up because she's the more neat one. Okay. And it even says on the box, it says here, the world's most Instagrammed cake. Okay, so let's go through the different layers first. So we've got, there's a lot going on in this cake. It's quite impressive actually. So we've got Google here to help us explain what is in each layer.
Okay, so it says on the Black Star Pastry website, the cake consists of 2 layers of almond decoise. Decoise. Ganache. Ganache.
I've been getting a bit of flack about my pronunciations.
Yeah, so it must be the almond top and bottom, and then there's a rose-scented cream, which is obviously that.
Yeah.
And
so
then,
is the cream like does it say what kind of cream it is?
It doesn't, it just says cream.
Okay.
And then, of course, the layer of watermelon that you can see in the middle.
Yeah.
Topped with strawberries, pistachios, and dried rose petals.
The top looks amazing.
Yeah,
It's
it
really
does.
super pretty. So the thing which kind of intrigues me is the part which I'm excited to try is definitely that watermelon in there. I don't know, it's just something about watermelon. Like
Yeah.
you'd never think to put like watermelon in the middle of the cake.
Yeah. And then the fact that it's just the fruit, it's not cooked.
Yes.
It's just the raw,
Yeah.
sliced fruit
Yeah.
in the middle. So you half expect it to have disintegrated by now.
Yeah,
So how did they
true.
do that?
We got this at about like 2:30,
Yeah.
and now it's like midnight, I think. It still managed to stay, you know, kind of nice
Together.
and it's
Yep, it definitely
full.
holds its form.
The next thing to do is to try it out.
I'll cut it.
Special occasion, yeah, you cut it.
All right.
Okay, so the first thing when you cut it, great job cutting it by the way, is I can really smell that watermelon.
And you can feel it, even though, like we said, it's a few hours old now.
Yeah.
When I was cutting through it, the watermelon's still crispy.
Yeah.
think.
So it's not like kind of soggy.
It hasn't like...
It looks pretty crispy.
Yeah.
So when we cut through it, you can see that the layers are still like super intact, which is awesome. When you look at the top, there's actually like almost like a jelly.
Yeah, it's like a jelly. It's not really just a glaze, it's sort of, it's set. And I really just want to eat it now.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Okay, well, let's try it.
Let's go. All the layers at once?
Yes, so I reckon what we do is we'll try all the layers together first, and then we can maybe try them individually
Okay.
after.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, oh my god, I'm so excited.
Same. One, two, three.
Yum.
Yum.
Yeah, it's good.
Wow.
It's like
That's
super fresh.
Yeah.
When I first smelt the rose, I'm not actually a huge fan of rose water. Like it's,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because maybe things I've tried it in seem to like maybe just have too much of it, but it's actually super nice and subtle.
Yeah. And the rose petals on top, I think because they're dry, they're like a little bit crunchy. It's good. It's yum. So they say on the website, so this is the Decoise. It's meant to be like a meringue or something. So it's like made with nuts, and it's supposed to be lighter than like a normal cake.
I don't think I've ever tried a Decoise, but maybe we should ask Google.
Yeah, we will ask Google.
Yeah.
Cake. In French, Decoise.
Decoise. Oh, not too bad.
Decoise. Yeah.
I actually thought it might be Decoise, but
Yeah, without the S.
yeah.
I was worried about the watermelon. I was like, ew, because when you think watermelon and it immediately makes everything soggy.
Yeah.
But I think what they've done is they've obviously got a good recipe for the cream.
Yeah.
And the cream is keeping the watermelon away from the cake. When I was eating it, I was like, maybe it's the biscuit, not biscuit, but like the Decoise, which will give it texture. But it's not. The texture is the watermelon.
Yeah, and that's actually another great thing is that you've got really nice textures coming through.
Yeah.
With this cake, so you've kind of got this like soft jelly on top with the crispy or firm strawberries, and then the cream is amazing. It's super like smooth and silky, and then you've got this nice crunchy watermelon in the middle.
So good. It's actually so
Yeah,
good.
it's really good. Okay,
first.
we'll do the watermelon.
Okay. All right, ready?
Good watermelon.
They obviously don't flavor the watermelon.
Yeah, no, it's pretty much just
watermelon.
we think.
All right,
okay, so
bottom-
we'll do the bottom
Bottom
Decoise.
Decoise first.
Wow.
Yum. You can taste the almond, it's like savory, but then it's like super sweet.
Yeah, yeah.
The fruit's really good, actually.
That strawberry
Now the cream. So that's
cream is like my favorite thing in the whole world.
love cream. And they just call this a rose-scented cream.
It's
But
got like the texture of like a whipped cream.
like a whipped cream, yeah. It's like almost flavorless.
Yeah, it's like
It's not sweet.
it's not,
It's got a little bit of rose.
but it's not like super
It's not sweet.
flavorful.
Yeah. The Decoise was so sweet, so maybe that's why when
Yeah,
you eat the
yeah.
whole thing together.
Yeah, it kind of balances each other out. Yeah.
That's really good cake.
Yeah, that was yum. The one that we got,
I think this was a serve 6 one. So
and
we
me and you
eaten 4
basically.
pieces. I think
So-
this is more like
well,
a
we've eaten
serve
like
2.
we've eaten like half of it basically.
Yeah.
And I could totally eat more.
Mm.
Like I reckon we could actually like
Yeah.
finish that because it's so light.
But it's also so like extravagant in how it looks. So even if you do get a small piece, you feel like you're having a high-end dessert.
Yes, yeah. So this one that we bought that serves 6 cost how much? 55?
55, yeah.
I think it was like 55 Australian dollars.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Okay, so when I think of how long it takes to make a normal vanilla sponge cake.
Yeah.
No, so when I think of how long it takes to actually make the layers and then assemble the layers.
Yes, yeah.
And then
Yeah.
like there's all this complexity.
Yeah.
I would actually say that it's not like a run-of-the-mill everyday cake.
Yeah.
But if there's an
yeah.
occasion, it's the perfect thing to take with you.
Yeah, I think it's actually pretty
beautiful.
reasonable.
Yeah, it is reasonable.
Yeah.
But I think that the quality of the ingredients and the way they've put it together, and then they've used like nuts and rose petals
Yeah.
and they obviously use like proper rose water and
Yeah.
good
yeah.
quality stuff.
Okay, so to finish off, we're gonna give it a rating out of 5.
So aesthetic.
So it's definitely not your traditional cake. When you first told me about, hey, there's like this most Instagrammed cake, this definitely didn't come to my mind in terms of visual. I don't know, like I was just thinking of like kind of like a layer cake with maybe some really cool, like
Designs
over the top design or something. But yeah, for aesthetic wise, it's totally down my alley. So I love this kind of thing. I'd give it a 4.5.
4.5.
Yeah,
Okay.
out of 5.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 4.5.
Okay, now in terms of taste the most important part, what would you give it?
So in terms of taste, the only thing, and this is just me,
Yeah.
is like even though the rose is subtle and it's not too pronounced,
Yeah.
maybe it's the smell of the rose petals that eventually gets to a lot.
Okay,
so maybe, I don't know, maybe there's a lot of rose petals, maybe I'm just sitting in front of the cake for too long. The taste is actually, it's really good.
Yeah.
It's just that lingering taste of rose
Oh yeah,
is, you know, so I, honestly, like 4.9 out of 5 even.
Oh,
Yeah. It's really delicious, and it's not my usual type of cake. Like I always go for like a chocolate mud cake.
Yeah,
you know?
totally. It's still not just like a traditional cake, but like you said, if it was something that you were looking for more kind of like something really different, or like a patisserie, like fancy kind of, you know, dessert, then this is definitely like awesome. I think I'd give it a 4.5 out of 5. Would you say it's worth being the most Instagrammed cake?
Yeah, I can see why people would take photos of it too. It's just beautiful.
Yeah, it's a pretty cake. So that is it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching our review of this amazing strawberry watermelon cake. And yeah, thank you so much, Papi, for being on the video with me. And yeah, that's basically it. So we'll see you guys next week. Bye. Thank you.
That's okay. Just completely embarrassed myself.
Oh my gosh, you totally forgot.
The internet. That's cool.